I got a newcomer on the screen, and that'd be the cat. Yeah, there it is. How you doing, kitty cat? Huh? So I did a little cleaning, and I decided to find a ah find a better place for my pens. A little extension. Yeah, I got a little. Not sure what that is here. Punched a hole in my finger. It's all swollen tonight. Okay, what are we going to begin with besides? What are you doing mangling in my, right? What are you doing mangling in my face, right? You mangling in my face? CAT cat. I have nothing exactly on the schedule. You have to remind me what I was doing. I was thinking about, because someone I was sending messages with, um, I was talking about the picture cards, and they mentioned to me a face card. I have to remember this in my head. I have to get rid of this light. It's not good over here, right? In French, they call it un photo. Un photo. So a photo in English, a picture in French, they use the word photo. So now when I go to a picture card, it is a photo card. Now the question is it a photo finish? All these terminologies are going to help us when we put it into the program to give a little bit more dimension, give a little bit more form to to everything that exists, to every single word that has ever been spoken, to combinations of phrases where we take all the letters and we see the letters that were not used. Um, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I was talking about, I have to see what I put up here. Let me see what the, just give me a second. Yes, so I says I'm going to talk about the flag. I'm going to talk about the flag, sending a message. Let me know you'll be here. Okay, so I didn't write out much, so I'm just going to try and start from the top. Wow, where should I go? I don't know who's been here before. What do I do? If you're here and you've already heard this before, I can just skip over what I do. I'll just do it really quick. Number one, I believe, and from my work, that the alphabet is just like a shape. The octagon, the hexagon, the pentagram, they're all shapes. But the name of the shape for the first letter is A. And in multiple, and I mean really multiple, Aleph in Hebrew, A in English, A in French. It's a soft A in French. It's a hard A in English. Nobody says ah, nobody's ah. They don't say that. So in speech, I mean, not everything is calculable. It's understandable. Um, so B, A and B in most languages, alpha, beta, aleph, bait, A, B, A, B, uh, and other languages where the A and B is first. When it comes to the third, the C, right? In Hebrew, they go right away to the G sound, gimel, gimel, g, gimel. So right away we know that it's telling us a whole story. How did we get gimel? How did we get seven? If gematria adds up to seven, can we get any other numbers? 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 4 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So we connect first with last with what is 3 and 7 in this scenario. So if 3 and 7 was first and last, I'd have to think, what would I be looking at? Why 3? One understanding, um, one understanding with 3 is that the polarity of 3 is 4. The cube, although it has 6 sides, although the cube has 6 sides, there are 3 reverse sides to it. So therefore, the what you know as even 6 is actually the odd 3. 3 and 6 also go together twice in this cube, where we have the 6 dot and the 3 void, and we have the 3 dot and the 3 and 3 void divided between two sides. The thing about the 3 and the 4 is they are the closest gap in the reversal cubes of 3 and 4, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 1 and 6, 7, to where even if you add them up, if I would drill holes, 4 sides will have 5, and 2 sides will have 7. And if I hold the cube this way, this is the T gate. And the reason I call it the T gate, okay, but there's a question of which T gate, is that every side on this, as long as there's no 1 or 6, every side is 5. So the total of 4 sides equals to 20. The up and down is a total to 7 and 7, 14, 20 and 14, 34. CD. CD. So let me write this down. The 2 and the 5 equals 5 dot. And the 3 and the 4 equals 5 dot. And the 1 and the 6 equals to a 7 dot. And the 6 and the 1 equals to a 7 dot, as so the 5 and 2 equals to the 5 dot, and the 3 and 4 equals to the 5 dot. See, because the number 3 and number 4 are 180 degrees apart. All these 7s are 180 degrees apart. You can touch and move and say any other number, but the equivalent to what can be a total of 7. Let me get this light out of the way. I think it's a little bit annoying. I'm not really sure what to do with it anymore. So yes, so we're going to have a total of 34. And when we have a separation, between 3 and 4, it's 3 plus 1 equals to 4, and 4 minus 1 equals to 3. So they meet at 5 and 5. They meet at 5 and 5. When it's 2 and 5 equals to 7, they also meet in the same area, and that area is 3.5. So to meet area 3.5, it's 2 plus 1.5, and it's 5 minus 1.5. Numeric value for Mars is 51. AE reverse ZV. 26, 22, 48, and this is 0, 6, 8 by 6 equals to 48, the house planet of DC. Divide that by 2, it becomes 44 and 33, or 77. On the cube, the 4, 2 equals to 6, where the 5 and 3 equals to 8. To where the 6 and 2 equals to 8, to where the 1 and 5, where Mars comes in, equals to 6. This would be the queen, the card, the game, 5 and 1 Mars. Area 51, A and E, into the house planet. And that is your conclusion for what is 8? No, we have another one. Where is 4 and 4, 8? What is 3 and 3, 6? So when we use the power, it becomes 9 and 16. It says pi HF. I like to look at that as half. Heaven's face, 6 and 8, the divided gateway within where? Where is that divided gateway? You ever see Noah's Ark? What is Noah all about? It's about water. And the ark is also known as what is a car. I don't know how to say it, but in French, right? And that is the body. And the body is the holder of that water in the soul. So let me continue on towards this over here. So what we're going to do next is we have 1 and 6 equals to 7, to where 1 plus 2.5 equals to 3.5, and 6 minus 2.5 equals to 3.5. And where, when we had 51 Mars, where did we write that? Wow, I thought I marked it. Mars 51, Earth 52, 51, 52, and we get Yo. Like in Yom Kippur, or Moy, or Moyel. A Moy is, I'd have to explain what a Moy is. We have to understand what that Y and O, very important, the 15th and the 25th letter. O representing Mars, Y representing the Earth. O is a half. O is a half of something. So this is the 15th letter, O, and I regard it as half. And I'm going to explain to you why. I need to get a drink in the fridge. A little thirsty. Actually, I got a little tea here. When you look at racetracks, they run the oval. And usually when they run the oval, well, not usually, this is my experience. Only through my experience, what has already existed on this planet, will I ever speak of and then bring in my theories, hypothesis, whatever else you want to call it. Okay. It is the half-mile track. One circle, you must go 2 times around in order to create. So therefore, what is that 360? If you compare it, one circle, 360 is only half of something. So therefore, if we have a whole of what it is, we would have 720, and we would negotiate that for our better understanding to say, how can we match that? And we would go 12 hours, 720 minutes, 4320, 4,320 our vibration, right? To what is these seconds in a day. You might have to add on an extra 0. You know, I cleaned up, and I don't know where I put all my calculators. $24 times 60 times 60 equals 86,400. 86, and it's the house planet, right? 86,400, 86. And then what's the 4 for? What is it telling me? Is it 4 telling me about windows? What is that for? Is it 1 and 3, 4, 2 and 2, 4? 1 and 3, the letter M also talks about corners. When you look at the M, take a good look at different designs, and you can see a cube. M also says, I like you, in French. Actually, je t'aime, but it's with M. M is also the value of what is 10, 10, 10, because M in Roman numerals, okay, although it's the 13th letter, it's Roman numerals 1000, 1000. So it has a comma. So let me bring this back down. So the 86,400 And we're not going to talk about the sun, and we're not going to talk about the minutes in a day of the 6 days of creation. We won't talk about any of that, right? And on the seventh day, they rested. So it means they're not counting any time on the seventh day, 1440. So what would that be? 1008. So all we're doing is we're separating the heaven spirit paths. I don't know what the artwork is yet. Right over here, 1.8 void. What is this describing? And also 180 degrees telling us about what is half of 360, but half of 360, but it's only a half mile track. So if you were looking at it as the day, it would only be 1/4 of the day, or 6 hours of the day, or 360 minutes of the day. So we have our first circle at 360 minutes, 1/4 of the day. And we would do that times 4 to equal to 1440 minutes. So for me, it all works out. And what's ironic is since time consuming, right? Since the moon, 1 second. Since the moon is 2160 miles in diameter, which is 3476 in kilometers, which is 1440 times 1.5 value in Mars to create that. As well, your 9 by 24 equals to, I made a mistake here, equals to 180 and 36, equaling to 216, and birth, the 9 months, 24 hours a day. It is a gateway. 2 and 4 create the seventh gate between the big 6 and 8, the birth in the heavens, the 6th light with the 1 spirit. Energy, Jesus, and the cycle comes out of this between what is 3 and 6, when we spoke about it right here. 3 and 6, which inverted is 1 and 8, to where 4 and 5, right here, where this is 5 and 4, 4 on the inside, and now we have 5 on the inside, the open space. See the cross, the open space of 5? Here, there's only 4. So the designs are a little bit different. Here we're going to put squares. Here we're going to put a cross. Here we're going to have separate squares, separate stars. Here we're going to have a cross. So like I said, 3 is 0.5 and 0.5 away from the center of this. And I'm going to go to the kitchen for just something to, a little cold water. And we spoke about where 3.5 was the center of the dice. And because this is 2.5 away with the 1 and 6 dice, to where this is 1.5, the heart of everything lies in 3.4, right in the eye. We spoke about that the circle, which is the 15th letter, but it tells me that at the races, the circle represents a half mile, which tells me that the half mile, okay, is also 720 minutes. So that's 2 parts of the day, but 6 hours, which is 1/4 times 60 equals 360 minutes. So because of this, it tells me I need 4 times this, equaling to what is 60 minutes or 60 seconds on the clock. Divided gate, 4 times 51 Mars. I have to think about this. This is DT, the divided gate. DT are the initials. So we're going to get back to this one over here. So we created it to time. Now, if we wanted to go into what is 360, right, it is actually just 6 minutes is 360. and 6 hours is 360. So we have 6 times 60 seconds to create that scenario. And then we have these 6 times what is the minutes of the day to create the 86,400 seconds in a day, the diameter of the sun, and the minutes in a day to times 6, or the 6 days of creation, to equal to the same numeric value, in which the moon is 2160, and we multiply it by 4, the numeric value to Mars, and we end up again with the same numeric value. Divided house planet. Okay, I'm just going to go to the fridge for a minute. Let me put this up here and see what we're going to get on to next. We're not going to stay up here like we did last night. Well, the fruit must be good. I'm just going to have a little bite of my fruit here. Give me a second. Yeah, I put out a bunch of pictures. I'm trying to get this to go viral. If it means anything at all, we need to create that program. I need to be able to sit home. We got to keep this building safe, keep the building safe. Anybody looking to own a piece of the art, or at least where the art is located, take over this building, make it friendly, make the place friendly. You can give me just a 1 minute break. On my, it shows that nobody's here. And I know there's somebody here. There's somebody here. Just let me eat my apple. Give me a minute. Let me refocus. Right. High five. Top 10, high five. 108 operator. I like that. (108), 80, and 1 Venus. Also 108. It's 4 letters. JH. When you draw 2 pentagrams over each other, you end up with what are meeting corners of 4 and 4 from what is 5 and 5, because the 2 dots end up in the center. I'm going to design that in a minute. 10 and 8 is an expression in French that's 18. The reverse of 108 could be 306. And that would be November 5th, November 1st or 2nd, depending if it's a leap year or not. If you have 108, you can have 107 and 109. The reason for that is you're talking, so let me put this down now. I'm just thinking. In French, there's an association of 17, 18, 19. When you say 17 in French, excuse me, when you say 17 in French, you will say 10-7. When you say 18, you say 10-8. When you say 19, you say 10-9. It happens 3 times. I believe your formation or your tools, okay, of numbers is from 1 all the way to 19. After that, it's association, division, and new paragraph at 20. Countdown T minus. That would be in the sun, the IT system in the sun. And one of my premonitions for saying this is because what happens when we talk in French? And so we're going to start off like when we say 20, we're talking about, okay, boom, 2 10s. 2 10s is 20. Although this face of this dice, this area, the 2 dot, the average of every dot on a side, because when you add up 1 through 9, it equals to 45, and you have 9 dots. 9 by 45 is 5. Now I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to rewind this, the picture. I forget. It's talking about the calculator, talking about the dots. Just give me a second. After that, it's association, division, and new paragraph at 20. Okay. So when you get to 21, it's the first time that you are going to use the terminology from whence was the beginning. At 21, you will say first. It's the first time you will say first as you take all the information, all the tools from 1 through 19 into the house where 20 is, and you will say first as 21st. In the divided house of 10-10, I am 21st. It is the C house because 10 times 10 equals to a 100, and 100 is Roman numeral C. Now, 1 plus 0 and 1 plus 0 is 1 and 1. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1, and 2 equals to 3, where 1 and 1 Fibonacci comes together when I use star system math, which is a multiplication and an addition. And when you design this mathematical equation, it tells you it's larger than what it seems to be. So when I do a plus sign, I automatically have to divide 4 windows. But when I do a multiple sign, I can stay in one area. I cannot break this plane. So the only way for me to break this plane is to do this. So now I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. Each house value is 35 times 4 equals to 140. Is that right? 120, 140. Just want to leave it at that. There's another equation inside of this that if I'm doing this, then I can only have that line. If I'm doing this, I only can have that line. Either I'm turning this way or I'm turning this way. Now, when I do the multiple sign, okay, whoop, I did the multiple sign. When I do the addition sign, I can either go this way or I can do the addition sign and I can go this way. Each one of these is going to be lined up with the positions on the calculator, and we are going to put numbers to every corner. So we're in the C house. Now 10 plus 10 equals to 20. So we have a total of 120. This one added up through 15 equals to 120. 1 added up to 5 equals to 15. Now I'm not sure of the next one equals to 210. 1 added up to 25. 1, see, it's 21 through 25, right? 21 through 25. So that is going to be 1 through 5 is 15. And 5 times 20 is 100 plus 15 is going to equal to 315. Again, we're into the cube, E-world, Sun, Mars, energy. 5 and 3 is that energy, where 62 comes in. And then we're going to go from 1 over to 30. So it's going to be 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 1 through 30. Hold on a second. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 26, 27. See, I don't have a number here. I count the 0 spot over here. Is this 0 spot telling me I start from this pole and I go all the way around? And guess what? It stops here. You can't go all the way around. You don't go back to the pinball gate you stepped into. The divided house planet in the sun. X is a railroad track, right? We see a railroad track and we have to understand, okay, just like I spoke about the B letter and the A letter, just 1 second. I don't know if I have this here. Yeah, I don't, here, we're going to do this over here. Well, like the E, the waist of the B is not mathematical center of the letter, but slightly above it. So once it tells me that, okay, once it tells me that, it's telling me the minimum, okay. See, here's a C, right? But it's telling me E is like this. So did it start as a C and then we added on the L to it, like an LC? I don't know. To be discussed. 0, 3, and 12. And you know what's ironic about this is it's 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and talking about the same equation in its own. When we add up from, we added up to here, right? So that 26, 27, 28, 29, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. So your rotation in the sun is here, and this is your gate through Q. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 creates what's in between over here. This is O. 15 and 15, the O letter. I'm just trying to see what I'm going to get with this. This will recreate 71 in itself. This will recreate 69 within itself. 6 and 8. 7 and 1, 8. House planet divided by the 7th gate. I'm trying to figure, oh yes, okay. So that would be 30. 1 to 25 is 315. 30, and then 80, 110, 140. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? 315, plus 26 plus 27 plus 28 plus 29 plus 30 equals 30 plus 29 plus 28 plus 27 plus 26 equals 140. So this equals to 455. Now that might be the description of the Mars pass in the sun, the sky pass. Sky in French, ciel 29. This is going to be a connection to the divided sun, and pass is 55, and sky, okay, is 55. Kentucky sky, spirit in the sky, 5 KY, 11 and 25 into Earth, 1 and 1. The AI comes into 1 and 1, okay, into Earth, Y representing Earth. So let me just put this camera up over here for a second. Let me reset my screen. Are my comments working? Let me go over to Facebook, take a look, see who's there. Oh, that was 11. Yeah, we started at 11 o'clock. That's okay. Let me see. Okay, I did all that. Okay, I'm trying to see where else. So there's no one here right now. I don't know if I want to extend it. Someone's going to show up, and then I'm going to want to stay. So we're going to go back to the A letter. I'm not going to have to be able to do that design. I think I'm going to come here next time with the design already done. Here is number 4 in all directions. It also looks like what is the F. I know some of the arms are a little short. At the same time, if you take a look, there are 9 area spaces. See the way the E is sharing 2 spaces? So it's sharing between 4 and 7 in the energy. Here, number 1 is sharing 1 space. 2 is 1 space. Here, it's 3 spaces. 2 spaces over here, and then a space, two spaces over down. So it's a 2 connect, a 1 connect, a 1 connect, a 1 connect. And here are 2 squares, and the continuation. See, it's a continuation from the 2 squares. Let me show you it on this side. I think it's a continuation of the 2 squares, right? So what I'm actually doing is, hold on a second, is I have to see this line here. Usually this is going to be a chevron. So I have to connect it and I have to meet. And now this is to be a straight line through the square, right? They all have to be continuations through the square, just further out. And there's 2 squares in here, equaling to what is 8 sides. 8 by 45, 360 Mars pass. I guess it's a few years I'm talking the same thing. Look up all the words with the words Mars in it. So we're going to end the video right here just to show you that here's the A letter. There's many ways to do it. This is one of the ways I did it. 1 second. I have to do some. I was talking about the B, right? I was talking about the B. So see the way it's higher than the center, the way it's higher than the center, the way it's higher than the center. These are the 3 basic ways of creating that B. You can't do it this way. You can do it with a 3. With a 3, right? You can do that with a 3. Because a 4 is going to actually only put you in the center. It'll either put you here or here with a 4, right? I'm going to have to, either I'm going to go in the center. Here, I'll just show you. Either I'm going to be here, or I'm going to be here, or center is what joins both sides. It's a lock. So we bar that center. When we bar the center, we use H.
the holding of the two swords on each side to what could be of what is I and I. And then once we stroke the center of that, it's I within I. So there has to be a better understanding to what this piece of artwork is. But I like to say Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this piece of the puzzle and hope to see you again. Thank you. One second. Just want to go over to Facebook. Not Facebook, sorry. I'm here for questions. No, it's not that. The 41 minutes streaming. So let me see. I need to see somebody speaking in order for me to need to stay. Hold on a second. Oh, Odyssey. I have not been on Odyssey in so long. Not fair, right? Not fair to anybody. Local setup. Let me see. Not fair, right? Not fair to anybody. Yeah, okay. So so I think that was me, right? I'm gonna have to knock that out. And okay, so now it's showing, okay, don't, Sky 55. That's right. S 19, K 11, Y 25. 11 and 19 is 30, and 25 equals to 55. Now, that will create, for me, General Electric 5G Electric Company. Ho, ho, ho. 5 times 5, 25Y. 5 plus 5, 10. 25 and 10 equals to 35. 25 represents Jack. Jack can represent a plug-in. 25 and 10 is 35. The mathematics, 3 times 5, 3 plus 5, will create the word how, who, ho, 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 which ho, ho, ho equals to a total of 23. And that's where the W comes in, which is just two V's coming together. And me, when I see the two V's, it's telling me about the seventh gate, the divided seventh gate, because of a piece of artwork. Maybe let me see if I can bring this out here. Yeah, right here. See the upside down V, the center V, and the upside down V. I like this piece over here. And what this is let's say we'll pick number right over here. See 6 and 4 come out, right? 6 times 6 is 36. So we have 3 here and 6 here. So we put a dot. And then we have 6 and 6 is 12. 6 and 6 is 12. A dot here and a dot here. Is that what I'm just trying to see the way I did it? 6 times 6, 36, 6, so we 48. I'm just trying to see 6 and 3, the dot here. I just want to see the way I was doing this equation. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. So let me see that. 4 times 4. So we have a 4 over here and a 4 over here, a 1 over here, and a 6 over here. Right? Doesn't matter what it is, as long as we have 9 numbers, we're going to have the answer. So let me go over to, so we create 1 over here, 4 and 1, 4 and 4, 4 and 6. So what makes us have the 4 and the 8? 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 equals to 48. So we now join what is 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, the division of night and day, and 8, area space. 8 times 4, 8 plus 4, 32 and 12. I wish I can tell you exactly how I created this. I'm trying to see. Here's number 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So there's a 2 here, a dot here. Okay, 25, 2 and 5 is 7. Just give me a second. Anyways, I can't explain it right now. I don't remember exactly how I did this. Just give me a second. The two majors, the reason for this design is because that's what it connected. Forget about the center within itself, right? Let me see. 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 and 1 is 9. 8 times 8 is 64. Here's a 4. And I got an 8. So something's not jiving in my work. I'm not really happy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Something's not jiving here. I'd like to just stop this video and try to figure out so 4 times 4, 4 and 1. What is 4 and 1? Is that I have to see. Sometimes I don't write everything out properly. I know I did this. I know it came out exactly the work. 7 times 7 is 49. Here's number 7. Here's number 9. There's nothing there. 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 49. See, and I'm not seeing anything for the 7 except for over here. So let's go to 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 over here. 6 and 3 here. 3 and 6 here. 3 and 6. 7 times 7 is 49. So we have a 4 over here and a 9 over here. 8 times 8 is 64. So we're going to have 8 and 4. 8 times 8 is 64. 6 and 4. And 4 and 6. 5 times 5 is 25. So we have 2 and 5 and 5 and 2. That's how we connect that. So where are we going to get what is 1 and 4 and 4 and 1? So yeah, from Will Ferrell. Yeah. What's that gonna boobs? Let me write that in capitals. Is 34 DC boobs. How do I okay, got back the comments now. So listen, I'm a little bit tired, almost midnight. Stood up till almost 3 last night doing a video. Just gonna show you that. Oh yes, and the one on the left also, I forgot to mention that one too. That's Star of David, right? I got to figure that one out too. I'm not very happy that, how do I get this off? Okay, right. Okay. Yeah. Number 52, Earth. And when you look at this angle, it's like bent, right? It's like bent. Trying to figure out how I can get that bend out of it. I can connect that together. So we live in that delta angle. We live in one of these houses. I should connect these together and connect these together. Now my question is, my big question is, what are these? Are these the bullheads fighting one-on-one? What are these? I have to think. Is this a mouth? Is this an antenna connected? I do not know. I don't know. I do know it's getting late. Really sorry about that. I got to be able to put something a little bit better than a little bit longer, a little bit more range. Like I said, the letter B is an Earth letter, just like the letter E, or it's a Mars letter, and I've flipped over my entire work. It's either A, everything to do with 2 is Earth, and everything to do with 3 is Mars. But I know Venus is 2, so Mars is 4, and Earth is in between, is 3. So Venus is what will create Earth in Mars. Does that make sense? It takes Venus to come together to create Mars in order to create Earth. Anyways, peace and love. I want to thank you for watching. Don't. Yes, yes. Do not. NT, Northern Telecom Communications. DWOMWOME. Almost like women or something. That's without switching my my vowel, because if I was going to do a reverse alphabet, I would restructure it by pulling out the vowels. So the reverse of A, E, I, O, and U would be E, just talking about the vowels. So don't would actually be W, E, M. W, E, M. Mu backwards. W, E, M, G. W, E, M, G. Anyways, okay, too tired to continue. Thank you for watching this video. It's okay. Shh. Bit Valley.